Okay, the computer tells me I am live. So, hi, everybody. I'm Katie. This is Total Body Conditioning. This is a new channel for my small business wellness collective. I am just kind of taking a peek at all my settings, making sure that we are good to go. If you can hear me well, that's helpful to know. And you could drop that in the chat. I'm going to take a peek at my setup here, make sure everything looks good. I'm going to adjust my mat just a little bit. Obviously, I'll get this chair out of the way in a second. And I believe we are good to go. So a couple of quick housekeeping things. This is a workout I'm doing every Friday at noon. And I would love for you to join me as often as possible. That said, when and if you miss a class, they're all archived under the live tab on the channel. So you'll be able to go back and stream whichever workout you would like. They're all dated. It is my intention to progressively get more advanced with these workouts. So what you're going to notice the first 4 to 6 weeks is that we're just using body weight exclusively. That's also born out of the idea that a lot of my clients have asked for workouts that are body weight alone. So that's what we're doing today. You do not need any equipment. I will ask down the road that you acquire a couple sets of dumbbells so you have some options, a heavier set and a lighter set, maybe some resistance bands, a couple of options, and something called a VersaLoop. So we'll talk about that as we go, and you can get those easy, light equipment options. So with that, I'm going to get us kicked off for today's workout. I'm going to get this chair out of the way. I do have to adjust the microphone. Bear with me. I believe we are good to go. I was just checking my settings. Okay, I like the thumbs up. It's helpful. So happy Friday. We are warming up. Go ahead and take a squat stance. We sit back into our heels and hips. We take a big breath in and stretch up overhead. Big breath in, let it out. You know, we can flip-flop the breathing. You can exhale on the push of the squat, but I just like that big breath in, stretch long. So in and out of this squat, just getting our hips, knees, ankles, shoulders moving right out the gates. We have about 4 more here. 4, 3, 2, 1, and done. I'm going to have you start taking it into a hamstring curl, just tucking those heels back, one at a time to the seats. I forgot to mention, I encourage you to stream whatever playlist gets you going. Obviously, music licensing makes it a little tricky for me to do that, as much as I would love to curate a playlist for you. So keep going here. Last 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, that's 1. Just reach up overhead, pull your knee. Reach, knee. Exhale on the knee. We have 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Switching to upper body. Arms peel across the front like you are peeling off a sweatshirt. Big arm circles. Stretch up out of that waistline. Pull the abs in tight. Get these shoulders moving for perhaps the first time today. Couple more. And release. Good. I'm going to ask you to widen your stance. Some people call this a sumo squat. Those with a dance background like myself, we prefer plie squat, but whatever. Just start dropping it down. Push through those legs. Should feel like a nice hip stretch at the bottom. Push and drive up. Keep going here. Eventually, we'll add weight to this. I should tell you, and this would be a good time to do so, that we are going to play with tempo in this workout. So different timings, pulsing action, changing the tempo within the rep that we're doing, just so you can see how that affects things. So hold it here at the bottom and start pulsing down for 10, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, that's 10. Good job. Just walk those feet in, shake it out a little bit, and I think we are good to kick things off. So with that, we're going to start with a 3-1 squat. That means we drop it down in 3 and press up in 1. So I'll turn sideways a little bit. We're going to go back 3, 2, 1. Strong push. 3, 2, 1. Push. Chest it up. Chest is up. That's what I'm trying to say. Hips are back. Keep going. Tons of weight in the heels. Eyes up. Knees should feel great. Not pushing forward into those knees at all. We have 3 more. 2, 1, and pause. Now we reverse it. So you drop in 1 and you press up in 3. So 1, 3, 2, 1. Drop, 3, 2, 1. Drop. Excellent. 4 more like this. 4, 3, 2, 1, and done. Very good. From here, we come down to the floor for a 2-count push-up, meaning a 2-count eccentric, 2-count concentric. You can be at the wall if you were to need a modified push-up, feet kicked back away from the wall. I will demonstrate at like a 45-degree angle modified. You can also be up on your toes. I'm suggesting a wider grip, a little bit more targeted work in the chest, as opposed to a narrow grip for the triceps. So I'll show you first from the side, and then maybe this next set, I will face you. So we come to a tabletop position, widen the grip, pull the abs in, come forward to that 45-degree angle. We're going down for 2 counts and up for 2 counts. So down, down, push, push, bend, bend, push, push. I like to inhale here, exhale here. Neck is long. We're going to go 5 more reps. Almost there. And rest. Just sit back on those hips and stretch everything out. Round your back, come up. People ask, how many reps are we doing? Why are we doing those reps? The goal is that you feel challenged. So if I get to the end of the rep scheme and you feel like you could keep going, absolutely, please keep going. And we can always adjust from there. All right, we are going to get our heart rate up a little bit. And I'm going to do this by bending the knees and taking a back tap. We're going to alternate these back taps. And at the same time, we're going to push and then squeeze the back, push and squeeze. So we're going to get a cadence going. Ready, set, here we go. Push and squeeze. That's 10, keep going. That's 20. You can jump it. 7, 8, 9, 10. That puts us at 30. So we do that circuit completely all over again. So our 3-1 squat, flip it, 1-3 squat. We have 12 of each, 12 push-ups, and then our back taps with pressing, chest press, and retraction. So get a drink. I tend to do things in 3s and then rest and repeat. If you have weights and you want to work them in now, you could simply hold them at your side or you could hold them in at your shoulders. You're welcome to do that now. Here we go. Sitting back, 2, 3, push, back, 2, 3, push. Keep going. Good. Couple more. This is where we pause, we change our tempo, drop it quick, quick, 3, 2, 1. Quick, 3, 2, 1. 3, 2, 1. Abs in. Awesome job. Just in case I counted wrong, 2 more. When in doubt, do more reps. That's basically my style. And rest. Good job. Shake it out. Coming down to the floor. 2 count push-up, meaning 2 counts to lower, 2 counts to push. Join me on the floor. Again, you could use the wall, a chair that's safe and not going to slide, or meet me on the ground. Here we go. Inhale, bend for 2. Push for 2. Breathing. I have my fingertips just slightly turned in. I'm also trying to make my nose touch the floor. It's a little bit more advanced option. Three more here. And last one. Always good to stretch the back. When and if your low back is bothering you on that, it's likely because your core is unsupported. So we don't want any swaying or sagging in that low back. Go ahead and come up. For our little cardio burst, we go right into our rear taps, I'll call them, with a chest press and a scapular retraction. So you're really actively squeezing those shoulder blades together. Here we go, 30 reps. It's push and tap. If you want to pick up the intensity a little bit, you can kind of jump through, or you can keep it low impact. That's 10. Stay nice and low. I caught myself popping up. That's about 20. You'll find that my counting is the weakest link, in my opinion. Oh, last 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Done. Good job. From here, get a drink if you need it. I'm just seeing who's with us. Awesome. Good to see you here. We are going to transition into our second circuit, which will begin with a lateral lunge. Lateral means we're going sideways. Just adjusting the camera. I don't think you need to see that much ceiling. Okay. So we are facing each other, and I'll ask you to bring your body to one end of the mat. We are going to step to the open end of the mat, send the hips back, chest comes forward. I have a completely straight leg and a bent leg. Your straight leg's along for the ride. Your bent leg is doing all the work. Push like crazy off this leg and bring yourself all the way back to either a tap or a balance, okay? Step, sit back, push off, regroup. Sit back, regroup. If it's too easy, I'll invite you to come into that balance. If you have a weight, you could increase the intensity by adding an overhead press as well. I like to use the arms for balance. Really push. That straight leg is just along for the ride. 3 more here. And done. Good, good. Shake it out. I do believe that will get your heart going, pumping, especially because of the arm and leg coordination. So now we step our body to the other side, kind of take a practice round, send those hips way back. So to see me from the side, I have a flat back forward. Ready? Lateral lunge. Sit back, push through the bent leg, catch your balance. and pause. Good job. Our second exercise in this series is going to be a scapular push-up. Now, those of you that have trained with me for a while, you're plenty warm and plenty strong to do this from your toes. So I will demonstrate a couple reps from the knees, and then I'm going to come up on my toes too. Just to review, a scapular push-up is a straight arm push-up characterized by a retraction of the shoulder blades, then a protraction of the shoulder blades. This straight arm work is phenomenal for your biceps and triceps, and it's going to prehab your shoulders, which means we're going to prevent future issues. So I will do about 3 from my knees and then come up onto my toes. We're going for 10 to 12 reps. So it's squeeze the shoulder blades, press the floor away, squeeze, and press. The neck is long. I'm going to hop up into plank, retract, protract, super long neck. You're breathing. And take a rest. Good job. Stretch out the back. It's much easier to work the chest, shoulders, triceps with the body weight workout. A little harder to work the back and biceps, but we're going to get creative today. So more on that later. Little cardio burst. We come into either our modified jack or into a full jack. Again, if you're working on your ability to jump because of your joints, your pelvic floor, your confidence, work up to it. So I often recommend 4 taps and then 4 jacks. So I'll demonstrate that, but by all means, if you need to stay low impact, please do. And it's really dependent on the quality, like really pump those arms. So here we go, 4, 3, 2, 1, and go. 5 rounds, 2, 3, 4, breathing, last round, and rest. Good. When your heart rate's up, it's always good to walk around a little bit, kind of walk it off. If the heart rate stays too high and you just keep pushing, you can get a little nauseous, which works against motivation and coming back to class. So recall what we just did. We did a lateral lunge, returning to a tap or a balance. Advanced option is to add weight. Second thing we did was a scapular push-up from the knees or from the toes. And the third thing we did was a modified or full jack. So we get to do that all over again. Grab a drink, come to the edge of your mat, and we'll continue. Here we go. Step, sit, and push off. Now, when I do the push and balance, I'm really thinking about amazing posture at the top, retracting those shoulder blades a little bit, firming the abs. We have 4 more here. 4, push, 3, push, 2, 1, and done. Very good. Second side. I will brag on myself for a moment. I think one of the things I do well as a trainer, well, not that rep, is incorporating a massive amount of balance work immediately within the workout. So if nothing else, noticing I say so too much, if nothing else, I believe your feet and ankles will become far more resilient under my care. Or at least that's my hope. Woo, I'm huffing and puffing. About 3 more. And done. Beautiful job. Next thing we go into is our scapular push-up. It is unfamiliar to a lot of folks to not bend the elbow, and yet you're calling it a push-up, right? So really, in fitness, we don't like to say lock out, but I'm going to say it anyways. I really want you to completely straighten your elbows because that's where the magic happens with the biceps and the triceps. Seems weird that a straight arm would produce that, but just think about male gymnasts and how jacked they are, and it's from their ring work. So here we go. Scapular push-ups. I like to inhale, retract, exhale, protract. Really stretched elbows. I should have mentioned that if your wrists feel tight and or weak, we will improve those. Just let me know if that's you. And I need to upload some additional drills for wrists. 4, 3. It's really fun to talk during this exercise. 2, 1, and done. Stretch your back if you need it. And up we go. Next is our jack series. Either your modified jack or your full jack, or what I'm kind of doing this hybrid situation, where we have 4 taps, 4 jumps, and here we go. 5 rounds. It's 4, 3, 2, 1, and go. Round 2. Round 3. Round 4. Round 5. And walk it off, shake it off, get a drink, and we are headed into our next work phase, which will involve some single leg work for our hamstrings and back. So I thought about working on a good morning, but a good morning without weight is kind of anticlimactic. I thought about doing a single leg good morning, but it's really hard to do that with great form, and I can't see you. So I think what's going to be better is doing it on single leg so that you really strengthen, again, that foot and ankle complex, really challenge the hamstring, and it's going to work everything around the waistline. So I'm going to turn sideways just so you can see me. If you're mirroring me, just take your hips to the corner. I'm going to ask you to kickstand or kind of balance on that back leg. Your front leg is kickstand, or what I call tap. Here's what we're going to do. We're going to come forward, extend the leg to the back, pull it in, and you either go back to your kickstand or you try to balance. And I'm doing this so that we can eventually add weight. But for now, I want you to get the biomechanics of it, and it'll be plenty of calf work too, I think, and core work. So here we go. We're going to reach out and pull it back in, either to the balance or to the kickstand. Another arm alternative is to reach down and then to reach up. I think you might like that better. Leg out, arms down, leg in, arms up. You could use a chair if you're struggling with this. Ooh, catching my balance. 4 more like this. Good. On this last one, I'll ask you to stay there. Reach the arms overhead. Work the back and shoulders a bit, and then come up with control. Very good. This may look kind of like yogic or bar-like, but trust me, once we add dumbbells into the mix, it'll be lovely. But we gotta start somewhere, and it is my intention to make these progressive, these workouts. They'll be numbered and progressively get more challenging until I decide to switch gears. So second side, hips to the other corner, find your kickstand or your balance. Make a choice. Your arms can either go wide, and I'm falling all over. Full disclosure, this is my third workout of the day, so I am a little tired. So you can either go airplane, or I think I like the down and up. Great, 2 more here. You should feel lots of demand on your standing leg. Good, next one, please stay there. Squeeze those shoulder blades, reach those arms forward, get everything a firing, and up with control. I anticipate the calf might be on fire a little bit, and that's a good thing. Just shake it out. From here, we're gonna switch gears to a little bit of core next within this work phase. So have you sit on your backside, knees up, feet flat. I think with my workplace population, I'm gonna have a whole range of strength and ability when it comes to core. So again, we're going to work in kind of a conservative position and build up to something more advanced. So from here, I'll ask you to hold the backs of your thighs, tuck in round, and ideally, we're going to get into a challenging position sitting on our backside. So if you are extremely new beginner, you'll leave your feet down. You may choose to have 1 foot up, 1 foot down, in which case I'll cue you to switch part way. Best case scenario, you'll have both feet off. Okay, if you're new at this, you're just gonna practice holding. Let me show you. You're gonna practice holding and you're gonna recline and sit up slightly. Recline and sit up slightly. And ideally, there's like a little bit of shaking due to the stabilization. If I have single leg, I'm back, slightly in, back, slightly in. If I have 2 legs off, obviously both are pulling into the chest. So we're gonna go for about 16 pulses. And if you have single leg, I'll cue you to change in between. So here we go. Find your start position. Choose where you're going to be, feet down, 1 or both. And we have 16 pulses. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. That's halfway. Switch legs if you're single leg. 8, squeeze those thighs. 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2. Hold it in, squeeze like crazy. Advanced option. Arms up, shake, 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 crisscross, and stretch. Do me a favor, crisscross the other way. And up we go. Good. Last little bit here to, again, get that heart rate back up. We are going to take burpees, which to me are kind of like, kind of boring and basic. Not to be slamming burpees, but everybody does them. From a fitness perspective, from a coach perspective, but I think a lot of people from the participant side don't do them well or aren't strong at them, so I think we need to keep them in. So I'm going to show you a deconstructed burpee, and then I'm going to show you full out. So deconstructed, I'll ask you to reach up. You're going to reach down. If you have to bend your legs to touch the floor, then you bend your legs to touch the floor. You bend until you can touch. You step yourself out. You step yourself in, helps to go wide, and then you stand and reach. All right, those of us that touch the floor easily, it looks more like this. Reach, down, jump, down, reach, and or you can have that little explode at the top. So we are going to do this. I think I'd prefer to do this for time. So I'm going to grab my stopwatch. I need to get myself a new watch so it's easier to do this. But we're going to go for about 30 seconds. Let's go 45. Sorry, I'm a little clumsy right now pulling this up. Stopwatch. Okay, we're going to go 45 seconds because the people that are doing the deconstructed version, it's going to be a little awkward at first. And it's going to take you a lot of transition time. So I don't want you to not get enough reps. Here we go. You reach up, you take the floor, you either step or jump, you get yourself back in, and back up we go. About halfway. You're breathing, right? And that's it. Beautiful work. Walk it off. Again, when our heart rate is up, we want to help it to recover. Just going to walk around a little bit, let it come down. Woo! At this time, do your little mental exercise of recalling what we did. So we did our single leg work. Kind of looks like a single leg good morning with hip extension back. And then what did we do next? Oh, we worked on our V-sit, kind of that V-sit hold, because eventually we're going to go to the floor and up. And then we went into our burpee variation. So we begin again. Hips to the corner, leg closest to the computer is up. It's reach and reach. Ideally, that leg is getting up and back to hip height. We have 10 to 12 reps here. Fight for that balance. Again, we'll be adding weight to this. So we just want to get some mastery with the movement pattern. Good, out and hold it. I hope your calf is a little on fire. Work the back and shoulders, reach, and up with control. Beautiful, second side. Hips to the corner, working leg is the one closest to the device. Get into your balance. It's reach and reach. More. By now, you've probably identified which is the weaker ankle. Mine's clearly the one I'm on right now. We are not perfectly symmetrical beings. All right, down and stay there. Add your reach. Up with control. I should have mentioned a focal point is huge for balance. We're coming down to the ground, finding our ideal, most challenging position for this isometric hold. I mean, an isometric hold, technically you don't move. We're kind of using a pulsing action to work endurance. So we recline to a challenging place. I think a lot of us are going to end up here, which is great. We start our pulsing action. 8 to start. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Squeeze those thighs. If you're single leg, switch. 8 more. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2. That's 1. Crisscross applesauce. This is a chance to stretch your hips. If you're unable to sit cross-legged, that's an opportunity. That just means those hips are really tight, and we might be best stretching them from the back versus seated. We are up to standing, and it is our last round of burpees, and then we'll get into just a tiny bit of accessory work. Let me get our timer going here. We are a go. So take the floor, get yourself out to plank, stepping or jumping. Back up we go. We're about halfway. And that's it. Beautiful job. Walk it off a bit. Shake it out. Get a drink. So in our final 7-8 minutes together, I am going to lead just a little bit of accessory work. What do I mean by accessory work? These are our smaller muscles. So we're going to do some calf work, some rotator cuff, a little bit more core, and then stretch it out. To begin, go ahead and take your feet hip width apart. Reach your arms and just heel raise here. It's going to be 12 calf raises. Abs pulling in. Last 4, 3, 2, and 1. Adjust your stance so it looks like the entire leg is slightly turned in, internal rotation, or what we call pigeon toe. Here we go, 12. 1, 2, 3, 4. That's 12, beautiful. From here, we're going to turn out and more like hip width or slightly wider. And last 12 here. Press that floor away. Press evenly through both sides. And you're really in the center of the foot. Good. Just bend the knees and stretch everything out. From here, for a rotator cuff, I'm going to teach something called Cuban rotation. We are going to use dumbbells for this, but I don't think it hurts just to practice the movement. So I'm going to have you make goalpost arms. Again, I'll turn slightly sideways. You want the perfect 90-degree angle, and your forearms are completely vertical. We lower in a 3 count. We go 3, 2, 1. Pick it up quick, and really pull those hands back. 3, 2, 1. Quick. 3, 2, 1. Quick. I anticipate it doesn't feel like much now, but again, because we are going to load it, I just kind of like that we're awakening things, as I like to call it. And you want that quick pullback. 3, 2, 1. Lots of control on the eccentric and then a quick concentric. 3, 2, 1. And as I promised, we're using tempo today. Let's go. 5. Quick. 4, quick, 2, quick, 1, and done. Good. Bring those arms in, We're just doing a quick set of each of these things in our accessory work. Very good. Let's come down to the ground. And we did this last week. We did some dips. I'm just going to work this in again as a quick review. Dips from the floor. We're going to bend our knees in nice and close. Place our fingertips by our hips. On this exercise, your fingertips have to point forward. You walk those feet in nice and close. You lift your whole self up. You tuck your bum under, and you shift your weight back towards your fingertips. Full bend, full press. Full bend, full press. Making our way to 15, 13, 14, 15. Hold it at the top. Now we pulse, accent down. Down, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. That's 10. Have a seat, crisscross. Roll over your fingertips. Place the back of the hands on the floor and just stretch. Quickly transition to your belly. Really need to isolate our back a little bit, specifically the low back I'm going to focus on. So stack your hands, kind of make a pillow for yourself. We are going to have the feet about hip width apart. Lift one thigh and hold. Lower down, lift your other thigh up, hold, and down. So we're isolating one half of the low back and this hip flexor as well. So lift, hold one leg. Lift, hold, other leg. Lift, hold. Lift, hold. Good work. 4 more here. It's 4, 3, 2, 1. And done. Just relax everything. Widen those arms, extend the spine, just get a little stretch. And down. Press the floor away. Meet me in all fours. I'm going to be sneaky and working a little bit of work even on the stretch and cool down. So kind of like our inchworm from last week. Meet me in plank. I'll have you walk your hands back to your feet. Get a stretch. Walk your hands out to plank. Get some work. Walk your hands back. Get a stretch. Forward. Just hold. 2 more rounds. And last one. Good. From here, we're going to sneak into down dog. Feels kind of nice in tennis shoes. You got good stick. Good, good, good. From here, just reach your right leg off the mat, hook it behind your left. Keep pressing back. That leg that's crossed, I just want you to kick it up, turn it out, let it go as high as it can. Bring it down. Take that left leg, cross it behind the right. Drive the weight back. Take that leg up, turn it out, let it go as high as it can. And down. From here, walk your feet to your hands. Ooh, I got salt in my eye. That burns. Woo! So you know I'm sweating. Ooh, that burns. Round your back to come up. We are almost done here. Big shoulder roll. Ooh, I got to get the salt out of my eye. Just roll your shoulders back. All right. From here, catch your balance. Quick quad stretch. Drop that knee right under the hip. And other side. Very good. Big breath in, reach up. Reach back a little bit to the side, and other side, and up and back. Nice work. I will come talk to you just briefly. All right. So, oh, hi, friends. I see someone else hopped in. So we're a small group today, but that's okay. I super appreciate you being here. Hopefully you feel like you did something and you're sweating as well. So just in closing, if you liked this workout, make sure you give it a like. If you're not subscribed, please do me a favor and do that now. These workouts are intended to be progressive so that when someone first finds me or us, they can progress through the workouts one through whatever until I decide to switch the format and offer something else. I do intend to go live with some supplemental training, but I need your feedback to do that. Like, is it wrists, knees, ankles, spine? What is it you want to support and kind of rehab or prehab in your body? And I'll do more targeted content for that. And then all of this gets archived so you can go back and look at it. And again, by about week 5, 6, I'd like to be incorporating more equipment. So what I mean by that are 2 sets of light dumbbells, 1 set lighter, more for arms and accessory work, a heavier set for back, chest, legs, and then a resistance band. So maybe like a red and a green or a blue and a red with the handles, and then something called a VersaLoop. If you're in my Fit Club, you get a VersaLoop. I mail it to you. Okay, that's a wrap for today. If you have any feedback for me, I would love it. And way to get here. We have infinite choices on a Friday at noon. So to get here and work out is a huge win. I appreciate you, and I'll see you next Friday. I look forward to hearing from you. Thanks so much. Bye, guys.